How are you
Hi,
doing?
Lauren. How's it going?
Good.
Good morning, Marcus.
Hi.
Welcome
Good
to
to see you.
sunny Tucson.
Yeah,
Where we're blinded by first thing light this morning. Combination of the sun blinding us and these amazing pictures you've put on the wall of your gallery that really just pop, draw lots of attention.
Yeah, you know, this whole building is called Mineral Gallery in Leicester, so we figured we put some nice posters here that makes it look like a gallery. Bought some outdoor furniture.
Fantastic.
Give it a nice, atmosphere.
Let's give it a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
Should we go see the minerals in the gallery?
Excuse me?
Should we go see the minerals in
Maybe.
the gallery?
There's quite some minerals there.
That wouldn't surprise me.
This is quite the space.
Yeah.
So you just moved in here this year, right?
Yeah, it's the first time I'm here. And I was a little worried because it's so big, I do the Pueblo show, I do the Westward, and this is, I don't know, 5 times the size maybe. But I'm happy with the result. We got some cases in and they're all filled. So
Fantastic.
we got some rocks to show.
Should we take some look?
It looks like you have a huge upstairs to grow into over time.
Yes.
For staging it.
Yeah, we didn't use that yet really. So what we did, we put here some wholesale rocks on the table, and I'm gonna move that up next year, make the wholesale, and put here more larger objects like gallery style.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it's good to see you kind of stretch out into this space.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you have in the
Okay.
cases?
No, there's plenty. I don't know. I think like 30 cases or so.
Wow. That's a sweetie. Right there.
On Salon, Japan
And the double Japan Law twins next to it. From Nepal.
One case after another of fine things. Nice to see some sulfides sneaking in along with all the bright, colorful things. Madame Galena with her typical complicated growth.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything. These are pretty new here, the mesolite on top.
Those things can be so fine when they're good.
And here's another one in the case that we see later that's even more impressive.
I just love these stacked vanadinites. You'd think Morocco would run out of vanadinite one day, but it just can't.
It always
That, and then you've got this beautiful fan on the next shelf down. Just
it always comes in waves, and then it's dry for like 10 years, and then sure enough they find more.
Brilliant.
Bunch of new barytes I got from an old collection in Germany.
this is
Great
a
color.
spectacular fibergate. Macha Kamaka. We've been seeing
You
more-
noticed that.
we've been seeing the more than well, I'm actually involved in the project that surrounds that mine.
Is it? Okay.
So I'm very interested
Nice.
in what comes from there, what I need to try to get out of the miners locally before they get into the open market. Spectacular decorator piece, the malachite and chrysocolla stalactites. You've had those before.
It was one piece, actually larger, like 40, 50 centimeter tall, and we sliced it into, I think it was like 20 slices. Obviously at the bottom there like that, and then it became smaller and smaller. And these are the last 2 or 3 we got left, actually.
Especially when it's in the case with another one of these German barytes, but this one has such fine color. You get that beautiful contrast. And these malachite stalactites, they're hilarious because they come up and then it's like they got tired and fell asleep.
Yeah, that's also a new piece I got from Congo.
They look like a bunch of birds looking at something over here. It's got their attention, and they're being very careful. It's either food or a predator.
That's a thumbnail topaz.
Yeah. That's actually an old piece from Burma.
Oh, wow.
Got that. It's got to be like 15, 20 years ago.
Huge feldspar there.
Another mesolite.
That's the one that you were talking about.
No, the one
No.
here actually. That's really
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
We see this in a minute.
Right. Nice Elmwoods. That one is, love the color on that one there. Steve Neely special.
That came from Steve Mealy, actually. Yeah. This and the other piece as well. Yeah. This I just got out of an old collection too. One of the old Brazilian quartzes.
Brilliant.
Then another malachite. Looks like a cave, huh? With the stalactites in it.
Very dramatic. So I know I
That's
see
the
what
one I
you're
was talking
saying.
about,
This
yeah.
is just wow. How did they get that out?
I have no idea, but the guy who shipped it is really well at packing. This much I can tell you.
Yeah, certainly.
They all survived.
Amazing.
They pack them in.
A lot of like cotton, you know.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little bit, tricky to get rid of. Here, you see a little here. There's still some cotton left. So,
And that comes free with the specimen, right?
exactly. These are pretty new here, the Arongo fluorides. This tabular
Yeah.
ones and the one in the center is also very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So the first batch of those came out in the 80s, right? The first almost twin, the twin, but they were really tiny, and now they're coming out big.
Yeah, there's always different pockets. You remember there were this alien type
Yeah.
10, 15 years
those
ago?
look like stretched out
Yeah.
alien eyes.
And this is like a spinel twin Florida, is it?
Technically, they're not spinel twins because spinel twin is a contact twin,
Uh-huh.
and these are actually interpenetration twins. So they're
So it does look-
hexagonal,
Mm-hmm.
and they look
They look like,
officially like
I
spinel
got it.
twin laws, but they're not.
It's amazing how much this piece looks like something out of Nika.
Right down to the color on the edge.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And the distance it
That.
almost looks like a barrel, huh? Like a gotchinite or something.
That
That's an old Sumer barrel.
Yeah,
That's
but
killer.
it's-
Yeah.
It's actually blue.
mm,
A lot of them, when they get, your crystal size gets that big, they almost go like an inky.
get black.
And that one is blue, and especially with that associated cerussite,
Beautiful. Yeah.
really cute piece.
I mean, there were, plenty of azurites from Mexico, as you know.
Yeah, too.
Oh, I love that boronite. The cogs wheel, but with all these,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
oh, that's fantastic. What can I say? Boronite's
That's-
one of my favorite specimens.
Yeah, that's an older one.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be again like 20 years. I had this in my collection for a long time, and I got a brand new one. I should show you. It's in the
Okay.
wall. Really cool piece.
Okay, look forward to
Yeah.
it.
Was this clinoclase or cronstedite?
No, it is malachite.
It's malachite.
Yeah, we got it tested. I
Wait, this
thought
is
it's Johnstonite, but it's malachite. Yeah.
It looks like an old Cornish piece. The
Mhm,
color's not
mhm.
quite right. And
Also,
this
The
little brook.
brookite
that's funny,
worked
isn't it?
perfectly.
I don't know how,
Oh, wow.
how this made it, but it's not repaired. It really survived.
There's definitely a little bit of luck, maybe a little magic thrown into that.
It was meant to be. Yeah.
Nice Oguela, Mangano, and Adamite. The paler ones, but the nice white underlying. So
Yeah.
the purple is very saturated.
Do you know when these were found?
1981.
81, okay. Because I got this also out of our old collection together with the azurite from Sumit. So I figured it must be in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. you come and look at it from this angle, there was a crystal there that has vacated the situation and has been surrounded by the Clevelandite. Then you get the aqua in there too.
And inside there are little garnets even.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a puzzle piece.
Mhm.
You can sit there, drink a nice scotch, thinking about how in the world did that form?
These are also out of this group I got from Perla, the barytes here.
Gorgeous color on those.
That pyrargyrite in the back.
Pyrargyrite in the front from Saxony's not too bad.
Oh, no, that's fantastic. This is an interesting piece. What's chumbine?
Those look like galena pseudomorphs after pyromorphite.
Exactly.
Ends.
Yeah.
But they've got a special name?
Probably, and they give everything special names in Germany.
Another one of these bright orange barytes.
It's only because the Germans have been playing with minerals long before people started coming up with fancy standardized names.
Blaubleierz. That's how.
That's cool.
That would be blue lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great color on that big amethyst on the bottom shelf.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Saturated.
Mm-hmm. Guess it was out of a big geode. So here's some fun stuff inside.
Well, look at that bird taking off of that rock. That's just wild. Wow.
Love the Uchuchakwa silver.
Mm-hmm.
The acanthite from Immature is spectacular.
This Kongsberg piece must be hefty.
Get it, hold in your hand. It's really heavy.
That's
Let me get it off of
And
man.
the skeletal octahedron's pretty darn cool too.
This is really like a solid.
Whoa!
Don't drop it.
Wow. It's interesting because it looks almost like it's worn.
Mm-hmm.
It's smoothed out.
Mm-hmm. It's like someone kept it in their pocket for a long time, polished it up that way.
Could be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a gorgeous piece.
Look, it really looks a little bit rounded, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It really makes them look.
More rubbed than rounded.
Makes it almost look like it's got a very
Comparison.
water.
Yeah.
That's
compared to that,
Kongsberg
yeah.
too, but
More crystal. Well, you've got
crystallized.
some nice crystals
Mhm.
on there, especially right in there.
Yeah.
And that right there.
And on a matrix.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But both Kongsberg, yeah. Not different.
That's brilliant.
Little quartzes in there.
Mhm. Perfect skeletal octahedron.
So is that because
It's almost enough to make you become a thumbnail collector.
that's really sweet?
And that's just the top shelf.
What's this I just got? That's from Venezuela, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's hardly anything coming out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Last one I got is like 5 years ago. Also, it's different
Wow.
color than the others. It's more orangey.
It's more. It's got more of
Maybe some
a.
copper inside or something.
It's wild. It's like a. It almost looks 3D printed. It's so clean. But simultaneously, you know that no 3D printer could ever do something this cool. Oh, that's delightful.
Ever is a long time. Ever is a long time.
Okay, sure.
In your lifetime, people will be 3D printing mineral specimens. I predict.
Anything else? Here's another bornonite.
That bornite's
Not
beautiful.
as beautiful as the Chinese ones, but very rare since it's from
Neudorf.
Neudorf, you know,
Neudorf,
where
yeah.
the gallinas come from.
That's a great collection of golds and silvers throughout this case. And you just got so many of those orange barites, you didn't know where to put them, so you put them everywhere.
Add a splash of color.
And don't miss the big, tall, meaty Kongsberg. Well, that's German. That's Freiberg.
Freiberg, yeah.
That hydroborosite is wild in and of itself too.
I think the best one I've seen. It's
And how
definitely a
old is-
rare thing. I think it's also from the 80s or so.
Mhm.
So here we got 2 cases of fine Alpine.
Yeah.
Which is part of what you're known for.
I love the nice, clean white adularia on the quartz.
Well, look at the size of that smoky.
Look at the size of the pink fluorite. Or pink fluorites, plural.
This one is so sweet.
Beautiful setup.
Oh,
So those, the one on top and this one are from this huge find at Blankenstock that
Yeah.
they did a few years ago. So is this one
Spectacular.
here.
Oh.
It's difference in colors. We use the cold light here,
mhm.
makes it more pink, and the warm makes it more orangey. Mhm.
Yeah.
Look at how much rotation's on this Gwindel. It also almost looks like it's flexing back as well as rotating.
This one's got a great twist to it. So.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So here another case that's
Oh,
also
wow.
from the same find. They're very intense color.
That's great.
So when they're on the rock, the color is much more intense than when they grow on the quartz. I think it's because of the radiation that's possible.
I don't know what makes them
Mm.
think.
Look at this Eisenrose here that has this the edges and the blades are bright and metallic, and then in between it's almost got a matte finish, which
Mhm.
creates this extra level of dimension there. And a scheelite from Italy.
Mm-hmm. It's a very rare piece too. From Piemonte. That's actually pretty new find from Mont Blanc. I love the aesthetics. It's like a miniature, which is blown up.
Yeah. Well, this matrix Gwindel here, love. I love Gwindels. I love that Gwindel up there, which
Mhm.
looks like it's pretty close to a full floater. Maybe a point of attachment on the bottom.
So here's some more color.
Wow.
Mhm.
There's the great combo, Dad, and you get that
Yep.
great rotation,
And on matrix.
Gwindel on matrix, beautifully set up.
This is from a recent find. There were like 5 pieces, and this is the best one.
Wow.
The aesthetics and the zoning on this amethyst scepter are gorgeous.
The primary malachite is pretty good too. That's also
It's
recent.
one of the new pieces from the Congo.
From Congo, yeah.
Yeah. And is it malachite blades with the chrysocolla within the primary malachite on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can see
You-
some of
you
the
can kind of
blades,
see-
yeah, and then it's covered with, I think it's chrysocolla or planchite or something.
Looks like it's probably chrysocolla
Mhm.
now. Who knows what it was when it was deposited?
Oh,
Another tanzanite.
this German fluorite is wild with the yellow, it's like a twin sitting there on top of the blue. That combination, the contrast, and how sharp everything is.
Talking about contrast, dioptase with blanchite behind it. Pretty nice. Another pink fluorite, just in case we hadn't seen those. I love that one. It's really sharp.
And it looks great next to the Bunker Hill pyromorphite. Those nice hopper growth.
The red down there is a ruby. Great transparency.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, so it really needs this backlight to show the color. Yeah.
But once again, you have that red green with the emerald
Nice,
sitting
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Beautifully set up cases.
Very, very nice cases.
Sphalerite.
Sphalerite
Beautiful red.
from Spain. Also needs
Coste,
backlight,
yeah.
to get the color.
Matrix piece of Malcon.
Oh my God! It just keeps on going.
We're gonna need another hour, maybe.
Oh,
You want to have a break? Sit down and I get some rocks out of the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sounds
why
good.
not? Okay.
This Indian piece.
Yeah.
The Paul, the Japan twins. Love this pyrite.
Cobalto and dolomite. Great, great color on that. Really saturated.
Another one of these primary malachites. Man, you get drawn into this case with the combination of euclase and this cobalt and calcite. That's fabulous color. Wow.
I love the zoning on that aqua from the bright and shiny to kind of cloudy.
Like a bullet shape.
Yeah.
Look at the scolecite with the perfectly placed in the middle apophyllite.
Apophyllite, yeah.
That is just a wild setup. The chances of that all coming together so perfectly.
And there's another one of those Freibergites with a nice big single.
Here another mesolite with some cotton on, isn't it? Again.
That's how you know it's
Original.
The little dusting of the apophyllites creating the green color in there. And now we've got a vanillite thin almost.
one of the slices.
We're getting higher up.
Yep. We worked our way up to another sharp, clean Japan latte.
Mm-hmm.
This I just got for fun from, Michael Poister from Ida, the carver.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought me that.
That's great.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, we want to have a look at those. Do we have enough light here, you think? Okay. So, so that's the Bornonite.
Yeah, that's the Bornonite. Yeah.
Look at the combo with the
And the
scheelites.
scheelite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you turn it around, and that's a yellow scheelite in the back. Purplish on the front. Look at this thing. Wow.
And the quartz coming right out of the middle of the bornonite.
Yeah, I love it. Never seen combo like that. Actually,
Oh, with the little
much smaller maybe,
Right?
but yeah.
perfectly perched on top of that. What an assemblage. Looks like there's a lot of rehealing going on this piece.
Yes, it's an ore mineral. I get to hold it too.
But I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is exquisite.
Yeah, the setup on that could hardly be better. So you wonder whether that was trying to be a Japan twin just to add to the complexity.
Like this is not enough, right?
Yeah.
We need a
They
cat
would
paint on it.
And then
Somebody who's decided 3/4 of the way through, no, we don't need that. We'll leave.
it'd be too much of an overachiever.
Oh, that's superb, Marcus.
Yes, it's a cutie too.
Oh, wow.
Emerald I just got. New find. Not hard to get, It's like one a year, two maybe.
Hard to not love that color. Especially when you get the association.
And no damage.
Look at where it ruptured and then healed itself.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant color. It's interesting. Minerals always look their best when they're underground, and you wonder what these things must look like when your headlight suddenly hits on it. Well, that's right on theme for next year.
Yep.
Is it?
Green minerals
green
is the theme for
minerals.
next
Oh.
year.
Because then everyone can feel included because, well, green's everywhere. And the human eye sees more different shades of green than any other color. So
And everybody can be green with envy about their friends' rocks or Marcus's rocks for that matter.
There's two more Gwindels I want to show you. This because it's so unique with this crystal and it's like complete floater. Also an older find from Switzerland. Göschner.
rotation it has.
Great rotation on the Gwindel. The setup on that's just remarkable.
It's one of those specimens that the best display thing would if they could magically float and spin.
Yeah, this doesn't even need a base. It just sits perfectly.
It's so gemmy as well, both sides.
And here is another one. This was from Switzerland. That's from Mont Blanc, France, and that's an old piece from the 60s.
Oh my gosh, the fluorides
It's
on
really
the back.
cool. Is the fluorides all around? So I mean, there are better, bigger fluorides, but in association with Gwindel, I think there are only two pieces. One is in Eric Asselborn's collection, and that are at that level,
Well, the fact that it's so the Gwindel itself is so gemmy that you actually see the pink coming through from the backside, which gives it this color. Like
it should be on a turntable, actually.
this piece is wild. Wow. It's interesting too because you can see the zonation within the pink fluorites from the backside. which is not usually an orientation you get to see so well. Right, I will pass that over.
Pass that over. Give me a chance of that. Strawlers have done it again. It's a nice little
Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
That's really perfect. Great color.
So is the story of these things being on just like totally laid out throughout the room during the Tucson show, the whole pocket was there?
Yep.
That's actually how it came about.
Harvey Gordon's room, bottom floor of the what was then the Travel Lodge. It's now whatever the motel is called, next to Carl's Jr. And you walked into that room, and it was just.
It was opposite of Desert Inn, right?
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
So it was also in the 80s, yeah? Early 80s? Mid 80s?
Yeah, early 80s.
So I don't know when this was found, but I'm sure it's one of the early ones.
I'm virtually certain that came out of that pocket. You walked into that room, and it was just mind-blowing. And Harvey had it open for a couple of hours, not letting people take anything out. So the pieces were sold, but he kept it all together. So
you wish you had them now at today's prices, huh?
would have bought the whole room.
Yeah, but nobody knew, yeah, what was going to happen with the prices.
Well, that's true. But you still can hardly go wrong with this gorgeous as they were.
Yeah.
As gorgeous as they are,
Yes, gorgeous as they. Oh, well.
especially that one.
Okay. Want to continue?
Sure.
Yeah.
A few more cases.
Okay.
So you see, the Congolese also has
Also has
apophyllite.
cotton on it?
Apophyllite in. Little hidden. So
These tremolites are such great green.
the Tanzanian ones, yeah.
I love the malachite balls in the bug over there. They look like those Indian fluorite spheres. Malachite. Rose quartz.
That whole plate of Eisen roses.
Mhm.
Wow. Once again, trying to take something and then supersizes it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, that's just hilarious. That big Japan Law twin there in the back.
Nice little grandite. Looks like the recent find.
Yeah, that's one of the new finds. The Swibinites are cool. There were quite a few over the last 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian amethyst at the bottom. What a lovely color.
There's been some Alpine deposit. It almost looks like one from Austria. You know, it has little rutiles on and siderite. So it's Alpine combo.
The hoppering growth on it. Almost skeletal.
Dioptase thumbnail.
Some great stibnites. Oh, that
More
single
green.
that single brucite just perfectly perched on the glittery matrix there. That is a lovely thing.
These are erythrite sprays. Really long crystals.
This little full floret here in the front too.
Mm-hmm. More monster diopters.
Mhm.
Even more monster dioptase. Look at the size of these crystals.
The geode is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. The chrysocollum. It's quite the chalcocite.
That's a recent find also from Congo. Just
Yeah.
got them.
Is that a huge, chunky primary malachite there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No.
Huge. The deposits in the DRC, I really, really want to visit one day because, wow, the specimens that they produce are
It's an
Amazing.
interesting place to visit, from what I understand.
Interesting use of the word interesting.
You have to be you have to be comfortable with a lot of people with automatic weapons right there.
It's like one of these like smokers in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Black smokers. For tube worms around the base.
Oh, that's wild.
Mm.
Look at how sweet that CMEB dioptase is. Single big crystal with the little trailings coming through. That's quite the Milpias.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta love the blue in the Milpias material.
Yeah, less than 10 years ago, there was a flood of Milpias everywhere, and I think that's about the fourth or fifth one we've seen this year.
Yep.
Where do they all go?
I think people fall in love with them and they keep them. And they say, this is my precious. But it's a proof yet again that even if you see a whole bunch of something for 1 year, the next year you'll turn around and
You should buy them when they come out of the ground. You know?
exactly.
Like this. Best example was the Chinese mimetites. You know, there was just one shot, and they were China. Yeah, there will be more. There will be more.
Right.
And sure enough,
There we go.
that's it.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
the specimens with
Thanks
us
for
today, especially that
Great. Thank you. Wonderful
Thanks.
things.
Okay.
especially that boronite that lives rent free in my brain.